Hello children, welcome back to my TED Talk. My name is Paul Thomas Fisher, and today we'll be talking about non-ionizing radiation. Now our first question must be, what is non-ionizing radiation? And to explain this, I'll do an example for you guys. For my example, I'll be welcoming my lovely assistant Cooper Ross. Alright, so non-ionizing radiation is electromagnetic waves flowing through the air with high amounts of energy, or just energy in general. So, what makes it non-ionizing is that, let's say Cooper is an atom, right? He has electrons around him. This blanket are the electrons. So when the waves come towards him, the electron stays intact. That's what makes it non-ionizing, because it doesn't have enough energy to rip off the electrons, like ionizing radiation, which is harmful. But since it doesn't rip off the electrons, it's not harmful to us. An object that emits non-ionizing radiation, for example, is a cell phone. And there's been a lot of concern recently about how this could have harmful effects on the body, as we're holding it up to our head a lot, and how the radiation can come into our tissue in our brain. But with research, it's pretty proven that it's not harmful. For example, when Cooper talks on the phone for a while, he's not going to grow a third arm or anything. Or maybe he will. Cell phones emit radio waves. It's just one of the type of radiation that is considered non-ionizing. Radio waves are also found in TVs, any kind of screen, and a lot of our technology today. Now, as you can see, me and Cooper are in a room that has light. In fact, it's visible light. And visible light emits non-ionizing radiation. That means that it doesn't rip off the electrons, as I showed earlier. So visible light, its wavelength is shorter than, let's say, gamma rays and X-rays, as those are more powerful and emit more energy, and that's what makes them harmful. But visible light, as you can see, is not harming us right now. So here we have the sun. It is probably the most abundant source of non-ionizing radiation that we have on our planet. It emits UV rays that come down to Earth, but are blocked by the ozone layer and balanced out by the infrared radiation that our Earth gives out and shoots back to space. This makes it where it's not harmful to us and makes it considered non-ionizing radiation. It also gets us a nice tan. As you can see, Cooper has been working on his. So here we have two more examples of everyday objects that produce non-ionizing radiation. A microwave and a toaster. They both use microwaves to heat up objects that we eat, like popcorn, which me and Cooper want right now. The actual microwaves that are used in these objects are used to heat up other objects. So obviously, you wouldn't want to come in too much contact with these waves, as they would cause some serious burns. But from here, we're at a safe distance, and this cannot hurt us in any way. So non-ionizing radiation has become more and more popular in the medical field. So I'm going to give an example with Cooper of a way it is used today. So let's say Cooper has a sore back and he needs some pain relief. And with all the use of drugs and other substances, he may want a more natural way to relieve his pain. So a way we can do that is use infrared light to pulse it into his muscles. And that will relax them, warm them, and hopefully relieve some pain.
Oh, my back's so sore.
Oh, let me help you with that, sir. Go ahead and lay down. So let's say this is some infrared light. It would be used to pulse into Cooper's muscles and heat them internally. This would hopefully reduce the pain that he's experiencing right now. So let's go ahead and do that.
Duh. I feel so much better.
So I would like to thank you for joining my TED Talk, and thank Cooper for being such a great assistant. So I hope I taught you guys a lot about non-ionizing radiation and how it surrounds us in our everyday lives and how it's used in the medical field. Thank you.